Adoption, for me, is probably close to my heart because I grew up in sort of what seems like the most typical American nuclear family, like 2 parents, 2 kids, but in reality, my family was a lot bigger than that. So I grew up having foster kids in and out of my home for most of my life. Sometimes they would stay with us for a season, like a summer, and then some foster kids we had for a couple of years. So my family always felt bigger than maybe what it was for the entirety of my life. So I think I've always been open to it because I grew up in that environment.
Very passionately pro-life. I've always supported pro-life charities and their work that they do. Proactive about adoption and to be proactive about helping young moms who are in a crisis. Choosing to adopt was the easy part, but looking into all the different ways we could go about it, I think designated adoption is a good fit for us.
My aunt, who I was really close to, passed away at a very young age. And so my cousin came to live with us and was basically my adopted brother. And so our family of 4 grew to a family of 5. Of course, with the foster kids, it would fluctuate even more than that over the years, but I grew up with my cousin essentially as my brother. So adoption is almost natural, and I've seen what that's done. I could not imagine growing up without an adopted brother, and I think, wow, how great it was that I got to grow up with him and he got to grow up with us instead of just maybe bouncing around from home to home, or who knows, what would have happened if he might have been a system. Not that there's anything wrong with the systems that are out there, but just the fact that he had a stable family that he could go to and lean on, I think is really important. And so I've always been open to it from that perspective, knowing when I started my own family that was something I would want to do.
And what designated adoption is basically a birth mom finding us, or us finding a birth mom. Really believe in God's timing and that we're gonna find the right birth mom.
We met, actually we were really young, like 11 or 12 years old. We met in church. We kind of dated, like as little kids date, but we stayed in touch over the years. I think at the end of the day, like, if something's meant to be, God brings you back together with the person you're supposed to be with.
We reconnected in our early 20s, and the timing just was right. If it had happened earlier, it probably wouldn't have lasted, but the fact that we met at the right time, I think, was a good success story for us.
It's funny, I used to always say I wanted to marry a guy like Gabe. I didn't necessarily think it would be him, but all growing up I was always saying that, and I was comparing past boyfriends to Gabe, and so I think when we reconnected, it was pretty easy for me to be like, yeah, I've always wanted to marry a guy like you.
I think what really made me fall in love with Michelle was just how honest, like incredibly honest she is, how kind she is, and it's hard not to be attracted to that type of person, that type of personality.
Falling for him was pretty quick and easy. I think we value the same things, and when we first started talking about marriage, we really sat down and talked about everything that was important to us. We did devotionals together. I think I sent him a list of 40-something questions and wanted him to respond to all of them, and I interviewed him.
Yeah, we definitely had list of things that you wanted in another person, but then it's not just about checking blocks, it's about that connection that you have with someone, and I think we definitely developed that for a pretty short period of time. Fell hard and fast for each other.
Gabe is very fun and adventurous and spontaneous in many ways. He's caring and he's a great provider.
I already think, even though we don't have a kid, this sounds crazy, I feel like Michelle's already the best mom in the world. She's so good with kids already. Our nephews talk about her, even though we live hundreds of miles away. They talk about her all the time. Aunt Michelle this, Aunt Michelle that. And they look forward to her coming home. So first of all, yeah, she's great with kids. And second, she talks about it all the time. She's always talking about how she's going to raise her children.
I love his adventurous spirit. I love that he is willing to try new things, and I think that'll transfer really well into parenthood. He is down for new experiences, and raising a child is definitely going to be a new experience for us. And he's never afraid of challenge and working hard and being successful at whatever he puts his mind to.
Like I said, the reason I fell for her is I think she's very kind and she's very loving and selfless. Those are probably the top 3 things I think a parent needs to be. Definitely selfless, because kids are a lot of work and they're going to take your time, and it's a sacrifice financially. And Michelle's definitely a selfless person. She's a volunteer. She gives of her time and her money. And so she's definitely selfless. And then kindness is basically why I fell for her. She's one of the best overall human beings I've ever met in my entire life.
My future goals would be definitely starting a family, obviously. I think it's been something we've both always wanted and looked forward to.
So I'm currently in the Army, and I think the Army's been really good to us. I've gotten to see the world and made a decent living, and so I'm really thankful for the opportunities that I've had through that. But I don't know if we're going to continue to stay in the Army or what exactly, how that looks, but either way, I think Michelle and I have decided that we want to dedicate ourselves and our lives to public service of some form or fashion. We've talked about what that looks like, whether it's plugging into a church or community organizations. I think we've both explored the idea of either running or getting plugged into a nonprofit organization or an NGO of some kind. But I think we're all put here for a purpose in this world, and I think for us that's to continue in public service in one form or fashion for the rest of our lives.
I'm very blessed that my job allows me to work from home and set my own hours, and I can do both. So I'm very, very glad that I have a job that I can be a mom and I can be there for my kid.
To me, a family is what you make it. I think a lot of people think it's just blood, like these people are my blood and we're stuck together and that's that. But I don't really view it that way. I think a family is what you make it.
Family to me means really unconditional love. Even when someone in your family hurts you or does something you don't agree with, you have to find a way to move on, to make amends.
And a family is essentially just a group of people where you sacrifice individually for the needs of the overall family, that overall group. And I think my view is probably that way because my family was always sort of growing and then shrinking and growing and shrinking growing up. So I think family is what you make of it, and then once you've decided, hey, this person is part of my family, like, you do everything for that person because you put the needs of the group, you put the needs of the family over your immediate self.
Family means friends sometimes. We have friends that we consider family. We have some friends that we have dinners with every Sunday night, and we call them our family dinners. We're in the Army, and being in the Army, you travel a lot. You know, we move every 3 years, and you have to make a new family wherever you go. We have great extended blood family. We have very supportive families, and we love, you know, going home to visit them, of course. But I think family is really just anyone that you love and spend time with and cherish and forgive, and the people that you think about and care about, and the people you pray for. Those are your family. That we're going to spread our story enough that the right person with the right child finds us. Dear birth mom, you may be afraid and confused about what to do. Fear not. You are brave and valued.
You are holding a precious gift, but you may have some tough decisions ahead of you. We are praying for you, praying that you receive the help you may need, praying for your peace. If you see us and hear our story and a sense of peace comes over you, that we are the family that is right for you, for your child, please contact us.
We don't want you to feel pressured to make this decision. You should feel peace.
We are praying that the right birth mom will come into our lives to help us grow our family.
Thank you for prayerfully considering us. We look forward to meeting you and the bundle of joy that will unite our lives. Michelle and Gabe.